had to cut across to those live visuals we're picking up of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We'll go back to those visuals, and as in when we pick up that live frame, remember those are visuals of the kind of arrangements that are being put in place on part of the central government. Remember, this comes after the all-party meeting which was convened by Home Minister Amit Shah, and ever since we've seen a couple of reactions come in as far as the emerging situation in Manipur is concerned. The Prime Minister, of course, now meeting several union ministers, so that's Prime Minister's detailed interaction. And this is, remember, the first day upon his arrival after the successful two-nation tour. After visiting the United States and Egypt, the Prime Minister now holding a detailed interaction with his cabinet ministers. Live visuals coming in. You can see Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri as well, along with the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman as well. Madhav joining us with more details on the meeting that is currently underway as we keep up with these visuals.
Nirmala Sitharaman is present, Hardeep Puri is present as well, Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation Minister, as well as several officials who are present at this meeting. Remember that this is the first time that the Prime Minister is chairing this kind of a meeting following his US tour, and clearly while there was an attempt at reaching out to the opposition as well through that all-party meeting that we did see the Home Minister chairing earlier over the weekend, clearly of course for the Prime Minister it is time to take stock of the situation. Remember that this has been a very tense situation on ground, with the law and order situation in Manipur being far from desired, despite a visit by the Home Minister to Manipur for 3 days. Despite his return and spending 3 days there, and after his return we have seen how the violence has continued. Clearly of course there is also on the table the possibility of yet another visit by the Home Minister to the state, is what sources have been indicating. What final measures are to be taken, and clearly of course to try and ease the situation on ground. How will they try and build confidence on all sides? Remember that MLAs, former chief ministers have all been rushing to the national capital and attempting to meet the senior most officials on the issue of the existing situation in Manipur, and clearly as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, taking stock of the situation, clearly showing the seriousness with which the government is taking up this issue.
Madhav, this comes just a day after the Union Home Minister also held a detailed interaction. The meeting lasted for about 45 minutes with the Chief Minister of Manipur, N. Biren Singh. Aishwarya is also joining us with the location. This meeting underway, Aishwarya, we keep up with these visuals. A lot of criticism has come in, from the opposition, which says that the Chief Minister of Manipur should be sacked, given that he's not been able to control the law and order situation the last so many days. But we're seeing the Prime Minister, right upon his arrival after the two-nation tour, hold this meeting with his cabinet.
Well, certainly right, and as we are reporting from 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, which is Prime Minister's residence, meeting is underway for at least now 1.5 hours, where Amit Shah and other senior cabinet leaders are present, and their apprising situation of Manipur. Remember, an all-party meeting was concluded at the Parliament Library, where yes, of course, there were demands raised by the opposition parties that there should be the resignation of N. Biren Singh, because there is a lot of untrust and among the locals over there, and the Congress also had on one side attacked the centre, that when there is a double-engine sarkar, why the government has failed to maintain the law and order situation, and why violence had emerged soon after that. But it is just not restricted to the demand of the resignation of N. Biren Singh, but also in an all-party meeting, the opposition parties who had attended also stated that there should be precedent rule that should be imposed in the state of Manipur, and an all-party delegation should also reach to Manipur to hold dialogues with the different stakeholders. But certainly it is Home Minister Amit Shah who had categorically mentioned that it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who has been constantly monitoring the situation of Manipur since day one, and he had been apprised on day-to-day activities and the developments that are happening in Manipur. Remember, it is also the Home Minister who had visited the state of Manipur for at least 4 days and holds talks with different stakeholders involved in Manipur, whether it is the Kuki community or the Naga community, or people influential in the state of Manipur. And Home Minister categorically had also took several decisions at that point of time, whether it is peace community which was organized, or whether it is those 6 cases which went to the CBI, and retired Manipur High Court Judge Ward was given a responsibility to keep an eye on the entire cases. Certainly, it was the Home Minister who had been directly speaking to it, and we have been also told by our sources that now after the all-party meeting, it was yesterday, and Biren Singh who had briefed Home Minister about the current situation, and it was Home Minister Amit Shah who had given several instructions to him as to what could be the next step as far as the centre is concerned, and what the state government over there can do as soon as possible to tackle again the situation in Manipur. And Biren Singh certainly yesterday, after 40 minutes of meeting, rushed to Manipur. Certainly we are also getting to understand from the sources in the Home Ministry that there could be another leg of Home Minister's visit to Manipur, and there he can again hold talks, because soon after there had been several deliberation and Home Minister urging different communities and the militants over there to return back the arms and ammunition. 1,400 arms and ammunition till now had been returned to the state government over there. Yes, of course, again there have been several measures that have been taken, and there had been several urges which have been done by the Chief Minister over there to again hold talks with the Kuki community and the Metis community, in which there have been ethnic clashes which broke out. But certainly today
are being witnessed since the 3rd of May. It was 29th of May when Union Home Minister Amit Shah first visited the state to meet all stakeholders concerned. Madhav, interesting. The timing is very interesting because, first you had the Home Minister's visit. Thereafter, he convened an all-party meeting very recently. Yesterday was when this convention on peace on part of the opposition leaders was witnessed, wherein they came out with a couple of resolutions demanding that the Chief Minister step down, also saying that, an opposition delegation must be allowed to visit Manipur. But the Home Minister, all in all, has been maintaining that the Prime Minister is being briefed on a regular basis. Remember the kind of criticism that came in from the opposition, that the timing of it all is most questionable, that the Prime Minister, given what's happening in Manipur, is conveniently going ahead with his visits abroad.
Well, certainly opposition had raised the propriety issue on that count, and certainly said that when Manipur is on the boil, is it correct for the Prime Minister to be going abroad on this particular tour? Those are questions that have been raised time and again. They've also said that despite the fact that this 1.5 months have seen so much of violence on ground in Manipur, the situation far from normal or desirable. Why is it that the government has been unable to kind of build the trust or the faith of the people and calm down the tempers on ground over there?